Hey guys, Scott here in the wonderful city of Thai Binh, Vietnam. I'm back again for a movie review. I decided to see something called A Ghost in a Graveyard, The Ghost in the Graveyard. Something about a ghost in a graveyard. It was playing. I like horror movies. I like Halloween. Jake Busey is in it, so I decided to go see it. And it was terrible. Probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen in theaters. Maybe one of the worst movies I've ever seen ever. It was just all around terrible. I must say it at least had an interesting location, an interesting atmosphere at the beginning at least. It's kind of like a standard horror movie that takes place in around Halloween in upstate New York, I think. It just kind of looked like New England to me with the leaves changing color and the greenery and just the cloudiness. I don't know. Kind of reminded me of back home where I grew up in Canada, is close to New England. So that was slightly nostalgic for about 5 minutes. But other than that, it was bad. Uh, like it's not funny bad. Like it's just genuinely hard to sit through. There's a lot of really weird camera angles that are like weirdly close up and like from down here and stuff, and it's like, do you not know the basics of where to place the camera? Like I feel like if the director didn't know this stuff, somebody on set should have known this stuff. And the dialogue's terrible. Like it acts like it's a better movie than it is. Like it's trying to pace really slowly and build up to like there's a twist that's just stupid. And just they're acting like you care what they're saying, but you don't, obviously, because it's stupid. And none of it makes sense. Like there's okay, I'm sure you guys don't care about spoilers because probably none of you have watched this movie. I should not have watched this movie. But there's this weird nun teacher that the main character has, and it's in like a public school, or maybe it's a private school. It looks just like a public school to me, but like the seats are arranged in a way that the main character sits like directly in a column by herself, where all the other students are around her, and she has like direct eye contact, direct line of sight with the teacher, who is this really old creepy nun that just goes on about like weird Bible verses and stuff. Like I'm assuming they wouldn't have that class at a public school, and even at a Catholic school. As far as I know, those are usually well-funded private schools that don't teach you weird Bible verses told by like a really creepy nun. Like I think they do regular education with maybe some Catholicism and some religious studies mixed in. But yeah, that was weird. I'm not sure what time period this movie was supposed to take place. Like if it's supposed to take place in 2018, 2019, no one has a phone ever anywhere, not even like a cell phone, not even like a flip phone. So I think in this day and age, if you're trying to make a modern movie, it's just inaccurate not to show any phones ever. Like that's something people are on a lot nowadays. And yeah, there's this really weird twist where apparently like the main character, yeah, spoiler alert guys, that the main character was born in Canada. I thought that was kind of interesting, in Nova Scotia. And apparently she's like this long line of like godly figures that are descended. He says from the Mary. I'm assuming he means Mary Magdalene, which would, I guess, if she procreated with Jesus, that would also mean the Virgin Mary. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, but like then there's this evil cult after her, I guess. And one twist that was sort of, I guess, slightly redeemed one small part of the movie was there is this evil mean chick at the girls' school that's just, objectively horrible to her in every way. And I thought that was silly until it turns out she's one of the evil people trying to kill her. I'm like, okay, that makes slightly more sense now. And it's not just bad writing. But anyway, it was hard to sit through. I felt sorry for the other Vietnamese people in the audience. They didn't seem too into it either. I hope they don't judge, the rest of America and the rest of the West on this movie. Probably the worst movie I've seen in theaters since I think The Predator. If you guys remember that one, it was the most recent Predator sequel. I thought that was really bad, and it also had Jake Busey in it. So this guy needs to fire his agent. He needs to get Gary to raise his trust fund or something, because he is not making good life choices. So this was my review. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna start making more videos now that I'm getting settled in Vietnam. And feel free to rate, comment, subscribe, and see ya.